Which rides can your kids go on at Disneyland? We've got all the tips and tricks to help your family prepare for the next trip.
What's happening, guys? So we are so thankful that we just hit 100 subscribers. And you know what? I think we're gonna celebrate with a giveaway.
We're gonna give away $100 of Disney money. That's right, a $100 Disney gift card just to say thank you to you guys. But here's the thing, we need to double our subscriber count by the end of August. 200 subscribers, and one of you will be a lucky recipient of this gift card, $100. But we're gonna go one better here. If we can get an extra 50, that's 250, we're gonna throw in an extra prize. So subscribe to our channel, thank you for supporting us, and don't forget, this is gonna be given away here at the end of August. Welcome, adventurers. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jacob. And while most rides in Disneyland your kids will be able to ride on, there are specific rides that will have a requirement for their height that won't allow them to be on that ride if they don't meet that requirement. First thing you could do before you take your trip to Disneyland is measure your kids' height. Find out how tall they are, that way you know what rides they'll be able to go on and what they're limited to. And if you want a detailed list on what the height requirements are for each ride, go ahead and check out the description below this video and we have a list waiting for you.
Another thing you can do is talking to your kids about which rides they can and cannot go on. So what you don't want to happen is to be at the park and have your kids measure to go on a ride in the line and find out they can't ride. That's going to be pretty disappointing for most people. So if you let them know ahead of time that they won't be able to ride one of the bigger coasters, that might help with that disappointment.
And if you do have any kids that are too small to go on the rides, but you and some maybe other family members that do meet the height requirement do want to ride, you can talk to a cast member about rider swap. Now, rider swap allows you to go on the ride while another member of your party is watching the kiddo, and then when they get off the ride, they're able to swap, and the cast member will allow them to also go ride the ride while you watch the kiddo.
All right, now the kids that are tall enough to ride some of the bigger roller coasters, if it's their first time in the park, what you don't want to do is put them on the biggest and fastest rides right at the start of the trip. You want to start small and work your way up. Otherwise, the kids may be a little bit too nervous or anxious to try any other rides past that point.
Now, if you forget a height requirement and you want to check it out before walking all the way across the park to find that out, make sure you check out the Disneyland app. Search under attractions and each one will have its listed requirements. And if you use the filter button in the top left corner, you can have the map populate only with attractions that meet your specific height requirements.
And here's the magic number, 48. That is the minimum height requirement for kids to be able to ride every ride in Disneyland and California Adventure. So if your kids are that tall, they will be tall enough to go on every ride. But remember, if they're younger, that doesn't mean that they might not be scared of those rides. So again, like we've said earlier, start small and work your way up.
And just remember that Disneyland's priority is safety. When a cast member says that your child does not meet the height requirement, please do not argue with them. Don't beg them to allow your kid on the ride. They're just doing their job. Just come back when they're tall enough and they'll still have a great time going on the rides that they are able to go on. While a large amount of rides at Disneyland don't have a height requirement, just know the smallest requirement is the 32-inch mark and it goes up to a max of 48 inches. And 48 is the magic number to ride any ride.
And if your kids aren't tall enough to ride all the rides, even if they're not at that 32-inch minimum for some of these thrill rides, that doesn't mean that you're not still gonna have a good trip. There's plenty of rides to enjoy that have no height requirements. So just make sure, again, you know ahead of time which rides you can and can't go on. That way you've got a good trip planned out and you're not gonna have any disappointments. Well, thanks for tuning in to check out our video about the height requirements at Disneyland. We're hoping that we're able to help you learn some great information and planning your next trip. And if you did find value in this, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell. We've got lots of good information videos like this coming up in the near future. And if there's any more tips that you have about height requirements, make sure to let us know about it in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always,
thanks for watching.